Next week is the battle royale of politics with two main events. First, Georgia runoffs. Election day is Tuesday. That is followed up by a joint session of Congress to accept or deny the Electoral College vote for president. We so often use this phrase. The fate of the nation hinges on what happens next week. It's often overused, but in this instance, folks, I don't know any other way to describe what is about to unfold next week and the ramifications it will have on freedom in America. Serious ramifications. Just look at who the Democrats are offering up for Senate in Georgia. Jon Ossoff, a far-left radical with apparent ties to China. He now faces allegations that his media company took payments from a Chinese state-run telecommunications company. Not surprising. Look at his tweet that was dug up from 2012, asking people to follow XH News, a Chinese state media outlet. Combine that with Joe Biden's deep ties to China, his son's ties to China, and of course there's Congressman Eric Swalwell being infiltrated by a Chinese spy. You have a Democrat Party that sure looks like it's controlled and infiltrated by China. This is part of an ad released by Ossoff's opponent, Republican Senator David Perdue.
Here we have a guy who wants to be a senator from Georgia, whose family is all sleazed up with the communist regime in China.
Well, it appears Ossoff even waited till after the primaries to amend his financial disclosures that show his ties to China. And if you want to talk about sleaze, as Mark Levin puts it, listen to Jon Ossoff respond to the allegations his fellow Democrat, Reverend Warnock, running in the other Senate race, these allegations whose ex-wife is accusing him of domestic abuse.
Allegations of wrongdoing against Reverend Warnock could possibly be a drag on the Democratic ticket next week.
None whatsoever. Reverend Warnock addressed this issue a year ago, and here's the bottom line. Kelly Loeffler has been campaigning with a Klansman. Kelly Loeffler has been campaigning with a Klansman.
Folks, let me make this very clear. That one comment alone shows you what kind of man Jon Ossoff is. To put it bluntly, he's not a man. He's not concerned about a woman who is making serious allegations of abuse against a fellow Democrat Senate candidate. Wasn't it Democrats who said all female victims should be believed? I say allegations should at least be investigated and taken seriously. And then what does he do? He plays a bogus race card. A man accused of leading a KKK faction in Maryland, 700 miles away from Georgia, snapped a selfie with Loeffler. I believe Loeffler when she says she had no idea who the guy was. As someone in the spotlight myself, I agree to selfies with strangers all the time. Maybe I shouldn't, right? But Ossoff does know who BRS Cash is, a vulgar rapper who specializes in demeaning and objectifying women. He even changed the words to his rap song, Throat Baby, to Vote Baby, at a Get Out the Vote event for Ossoff and Warnock. All right, folks. Well, look, the real version is nasty. It is offensive, and it is far too racy for me to even play on this program. And I'm not some milquetoast goody-goody two-shoes that can't handle a little foul language. This song, if you can even call it a song, made me cringe, which got me wondering. The other liberal running in Georgia, Reverend Raphael Warnock, he's supposed to be a reverend. How does he condone BRS Cash playing at an event where I'm sure there were children there? But oh yeah, the allegations are he doesn't care about kids, right? He was a senior pastor at a camp where child abuse allegations are now emerging. One former camper described a scene where counselors threw urine on him and then made him sleep outside overnight.
And what we've learned today is really very sad. It's disgusting. It should be disqualifying for serving in the U.S. Senate.
You would think at least with voters, but the left doesn't care about allegations like this, apparently. So I want you to remember these names, Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. If they win on Tuesday, these names will be synonymous with the destruction of America. Georgia, America's future rests in your hands.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.